So we will be having you and the others face off against each other later. But for now...
So it's just versus AI or whatever?
Yeah. For right now, it's just versus AI, basically. Then later on, we'll be having the 3 players wind up facing off against each other as well. To start with, you basically are getting to the same metropolis area. You're all kind of heading towards the same city from different perspectives. You all came from different settlements and are here to set up an outpost. So you all are going to set up and build up your own outpost, your base of operations for your group. And so if you have anyone not working, not out on mission, or you can leave them home safely, sort of thing. So this is your warband. You've arrived at the outskirts of this city. Nice city, isn't it?
Very nice.
Wrecked, trashed buildings everywhere.
Just a bunch of trash,
Yeah.
Little tumbleweeds flying about.
Right. I mean, you're led by a merchant leader, right? Caravan leader. And so,
much.
Mercantile aspect is something he's interested in.
Buying and selling, man. Just gotta get that done. Gotta pay the bills.
Gotta get the script, pay the bills, yeah. And so he heard rumor that there might be loot in this area of town, as well as pick up a radio signal. Or he thinks it's a radio signal, not sure. It is a signal that he's receiving on the radio. Where it's generated from or what it is uncertain. But he knows it is in this area.
Being a trade master, it definitely piques his curiosity.
What? And so that is where you find yourselves. So you literally just walked on the map. What is your plan from here?
My plan is to get moving. Now, exactly which direction is my that sound and noises and interference coming from? Straight ahead? Well, then we're going to move everybody straight ahead. Keep close together. We're going to have the dogs lead up front. So we got to do some initiative rolls for that, huh?
Not the first round, because there's no one else on the map. Normally you would. Right. Dogs move 7, I believe, right?
They move. Movement. Yeah, move
M7.
7. They move 7.
Okay. What's the rest of the order of your 5 following up the dogs?
Alright, so leader, he'll move 5. Sheriff, his move is also 5. My officer, his movement is also 5. And it looks like my cyber dog's actually movement is 6, so he'll have to tag behind the regular pups.
Okay.
And then my canine handler is 6 as well, so he'll be right next to his cyber dog.
Okay.
And I guess for now that's really about it, right?
Yep.
Alright. I'm just trying to get my computer's Twitch working so that way I don't have to swap between on my phone here. My data sheets and seeing where I'm going and what I'm doing.
So I just had them basically advance up the road a little ways.
Yep. Sounds good.
I'm not sure why your animal handler, your dog handler, decides he wants to lay down, but he did.
He's already tired.
All right, there we go.
I don't know.
All right. As you move in, I'm going to roll a d10 for you since you're not here. Usually I have you roll it so you can, gain your own fate is in your hands. Because I find that fun,
Yep. Well, that makes sense.
All right. Well, you didn't get too bad off.
Well, that's good. What did I get?
We're going to see. As you're proceeding into town, you hear a noise behind you as the sun starts to set. It's getting dusk out. And you hear...
Well, that doesn't sound good at all.
And this really friendly, pleasant-looking creature comes up and claws its way kind of up out and starts heading towards you. Doesn't they look so friendly? Doesn't that look so huggable and lovable?
The sounds they're making doesn't sound lovable at all.
Can you do you see the screen I still shared with you? You can see the lovely creatures you're facing off against that want to hug you. This doesn't have the effect, but they're actually glowing a little bit, and they're more of a green flesh skin than the brown.
Well, I don't like it.
Yeah, well, that's what you get to live with. Welcome to Post-Apocalyptica. The world is over.
Does that mean I have to kill these guys?
It's up to you. They're going to try to eat you. You still have that radio signal up ahead that you want to get to.
Yeah. So I'm going to have to go through them, eh?
They're currently behind you, but you might. You are going to need to track how many each model kills of them. Okay. So we do track kills per model because that usually matters.
Right. That shouldn't be too difficult.
Probably. I just want to make sure you knew so that you're ready to do it instead of not. You know what I mean?
Right. I get you.
Most surprises aren't good surprises.
No. No surprises for me.
Case in point, you now have these lovely guys coming up behind you. Surprise!
Ooga booga.
So, it is now your turn.
Let's just say... Alright. I'm going to have to...
Now you have to roll for your initiative to see if you actually activate and get 2 or not.
Well, I guess we should do that then, huh?
Probably. You want me to roll the die here? Or...
Yes, please.
Okay. 4. Who's activating actually matters. So should say that first.
I'm going to do my Trade Master first.
Okay. So what's his medal?
Let's see. His mental, you mean? Or, yeah, 7.
Medal. METTLE.
Yep, 7.
7. Then he succeeded, just barely.
Whew, that was a close one. Well, I'm going to have him, Papa Yui, remaining same location, and he's going to have to take aim and any of them in shooting range then?
It depends what you have for a weapon.
Oh, well, he has a rifle, so...
So you can move and fire, you can aim and fire. So yeah, rifle will definitely have a range to those guys. Yeah, they're 8.3 away 20. And 9.4. So, okay. Yeah.
Well, he's going to have to aim and fire then, I think.
Sounds good, man. Oh, I forgot to hit the button. Derps. I thought I had hit it. Apparently I hadn't. It's what people missed. He moved up from the edge to here. And then these two guys came on.
Okay, there we go.
And that is what he's had so far. And he just had his Caravan Master here activate. And he's successfully activated. And this is what he has. The radial signal is coming from this structure here at the head of the table. So that is where he currently wants to get to determine the signal. And yet he's decided he does not want to leave them at his back. We'll see how long that lasts.
Shoot him as I go.
All right. So you activate with him. What do you want to do with him?
So he'll be shooting at those ugly looking glowing things. Glowing, not glowing. Their bases are glowing, so that's something.
Yeah,
right?
well, that's what I could get to show the glowing.
Yeah. I get you. So yeah, he's going to take aim. Well, actually, let's move him to the right in cover, but still able to shoot at him.
Sure. Where do you want to move him? You going to try to climb through the window, or are you going to walk around the corner? Keep in mind that, right now he has a range on him, but if he wraps around too far, it's going to be going through a building.
Right. Let's move him towards the little goblin guys, but still on the corner, so he'll get some sort of cover.
So you're going to move to about there?
Yeah.
So that's the sort of angle you're going for?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just, shooting around the corner there. Curve that bullet just like wanted.
Welcome to reality. That doesn't happen.
Yeah. And,
if any system had a, targeting bullet like that, you'd think they'd probably figured it out in Warhammer, but they haven't. Just saying.
Pretty much.
Just saying.
And then,
we have, rocket-propelled 20mm grenades as our standard munitions for our soldiers.
We can also just rain missiles from orbit.
Right. And yet we don't have targeting bullets. All right, so he moved there.
I mean,
and then you want to take a shot.
Something like that with their
What's your ranged ability? Range skill.
Okay, so rifle 20 inches, strength 7, reliability 1, 2H, and then no special rules or anything.
Right. Your guy himself should have a range skill.
Oh, okay. So here. Range weapon. No, that ain't it.
Move melee ranged. Should be the order of the skills.
Oh yes, 5.
You got a dying? That's hits. So now this guy's marked as hit.
Woohoo! In your face, little goblin man. Shows you when I come to this town and you just suddenly appear. You've probably been here forever, but you know what? It's my town now. That's how the Wild West works. right?
Yeah, sure. Wouldn't surprise me.
That's how Wild West works
All
in
right.
post-apocalyptic.
So on to your next guy.
Alright, so... you know what? I'm gonna do the Warden. He's got a Mauler, so... I wanna...
Sounds like a melee.
Right... Yeah. So... Got a melee.
Do you have a motivator?
Right next to... A motivator?
I think your trade leader might be a motivator.
Let's see. Human type, 6 defense, 2 wounds.
Under skills.
Strength. Skills. So the trade master has altogether.
You should say it might be registered as special abilities or skills from skill set. Usually when you get them it says they start with something.
All it says is altogether.
Altogether?
Yeah, that's what it says for skills. Selections altogether.
Trademaster starts with scavenger skill and may choose 2 other skills.
You know what? I probably didn't select any skills. That's probably why they're not showing up, huh?
Well, that very well could be.
Well, we'll go without skills for now. I don't need no stinking skills to take out these goblins.
If only they were goblins. All right.
Right?
All right. So you said your warden's next.
Yep. Warden.
Okay. He's the guy you have in the camo, right? Outfit. You said.
I believe he was.
Because you had the security guy, the riot armor. You said was your other guy, right? Your officer.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's my officer.
All right. So you want him to go? Where do you want? You want him to charge straight towards them, or what?
He'll back up the trade master. He's got a 12-inch revolver.
Okay. What is his medal?
So his medal is 6.
Okay, that means you need a 4+ to successfully activate, and you got an 8.
Woohoo! He's in like Flynn.
Yep. So you want him just move up right about there, or right there?
Yep. Just partnering
okay.
up.
In front or next to?
Let's do next to. And then he'll take aim and fire as well.
All right.
You'll want to know his range.
Yep, range skill.
Alright. His range is 5.
He rolled a 5. He just barely hits.
Whew. I'm barely getting these. That gets me a little nervous, man.
All right, what's next?
I will have my sheriff go next, I suppose. So he's my other elite. He also has a rifle. So I'll tell you what, he'll go to across the street from my other 2 guys that just activated.
Okay.
And then he'll take aim and fire. But we got to do the
activation test first.
medal in.
Yep.
Yeah. So his metal's 6.
You got a 5, succeed. And that was your sheriff, you said, right?
Yep. So the guy in the trench coat.
Yep. And you want him to go like right over here? Or you want him over on the same side with your other guys?
I want him to be across the street from the other
Okay.
2 guys. So yeah, about there.
There he is. What does he have for a weapon? Range.
He also has a rifle, so it's 20
So plenty.
inches.
Yep.
Yeah.
So 10 inches.
Plenty to work
I didn't know
with.
if he had a revolver like the other guy, which is shorter range. Because that's 6 inch for him, but it's 10 across the street where your
Right.
sheriff is.
I mean, all my guys have the revolver. I can't shoot with more than one weapon, though.
Correct.
Can I?
No.
Yeah, I thought so.
I just wanted to make sure that, we knew what you were using.
Right. So I'll be, using the rifle. His ranged is 5.
Okay. So he needs to roll. Does he get it? 4. He misses.
Oh, he's got to work on his shooting skills when he gets back home. You call yourself a sheriff.
He got just 1 under. Well, he almost hit.
So close.
So
Close. So close, Klein, right there. Alright. Well, I guess that's about it for him then, huh?
Yep. Next.
Alright, let's do my officer. He's
Metal.
His metal is 5.
You got a 4. He fails. He gets 1 action.
Well, he's just gonna move up ahead to the
Move straight
carry
forward.
on the mission.
Okay.
Yep. So he moves his 5 inches, and that's
Yep.
all he can do then.
Yep. And now it's the other people's turn.
Alright, let's do my canine, which
No, it's the other people on the map
has-
until they fail an activation and go back to you.
Oh, okay, I get it. You're alright.
It's alright.
I comprende.
You start hearing rustling noises from a number of the buildings.
Uh-oh. As I figured, we're probably surrounded, huh? Safe to assume that. They look like a horde creature.
Their first activate fails. That means it's going to go back to you here in just a minute. Oh, I forgot. We got to do cleanup. We need to see if you actually take that guy down or not. So, who do you want to try to take him out first?
Let's do the sheriff. Redemption.
Okay. Well, not the sheriff. Of the 2 that hit him. So the trade leader or the other guy. You basically see if they wound him or not. You said that you hit him.
Yeah,
now we see if you actually wound.
Let's do my warden first.
Okay. So look up the warden's
he's
weapon.
The one with the revolver.
And you look at the strength.
Right. So let's see. Here's the warden's and strength for him or his gun.
His gun.
His
Because
gun
that's what
is
we're doing.
6.
Okay. Green is yours, red is them. And since it's 6/6, it's whoever's dice is higher, because they have 6 defense.
Okay.
Bam, down.
Took him out.
Yep, which means the other doesn't even matter.
Headshot. Go warden. Boom, headshot.
So that means you mark down 1 on his hits, his takeouts.
Okay.
And that one person's going to move theirs, and then it's back to you. You're up. Next
Okay.
activation. I believe you have your 3 dogs and your handler.
Yep. I will move my K9 first. The first regular dog.
Metal?
Metal is 5.
He pass.
All right. Can
Left
he
or right?
double move? Oh.
He has 2 AP. You can do what you can do with AP.
Okay. Well, he's going to move straight up ahead. Straight forward.
Okay. Is he just move 1?
He's going to double move. Really launch forward, which is movement 7, so...
So yeah, he just leaves everyone way behind.
Pretty
Bye,
much.
guys. You deal with the monsters. Your next dog next?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, his is 5 again, too.
He got a 3. He failed. He can only move 7.
Okay,
So what you want to do?
then he's going to... Yeah, he's just going to move anyway, so...
Alright, there you are.
Alright, so now my next activation.
Their turn, actually, until they fail an activation. Like that.
Okay.
They just failed an activation.
Oh, that's right. I did fail an activation. I'll get the hang of this.
Yep, that's part of why we actually have these other people on the board, is to learn proper turns. So that when you actually play against someone else, you know what you're doing, and it's not confusing. So now it's back to your turn.
Alright. Let's do the K9 handler now.
His metal?
His mental is 5.
7, pass.
Alright, he'll do a double move to catch up to his doggos, which is 12 in total.
And finally, the Cyberdog, I take it. What's his metal?
His metal is 5.
He got an 8. Succeeds. Is he going 12 as well?
Yep, he'll be going 12. Keep up with his master. Don't leave me behind, master.
He might want to, bite on a snack, right? All right. That's that.
Alright, so that's basically turn 1.
Yep. Now it's their turn, so he passes. He fails. And the next gets a 9 and then a 7, so they both succeed.
They do? Well, fine.
Don't worry, the next one failed. And then failed.
Hey, sis. He's in his kennel, right? No?
In my room.
Oh.
Put up on a ball. Caught it a couple times and laid back down.
Just cleaning up some old lines.
There we go. So they move. Now the beasties move. We'll see if the beastie stays down for you or not. You might want to watch this.
Uh-oh.
Nope, he's dead. Yay!
I don't know what that means, but low numbers are usually a good thing.
For them, yeah. He got close to you.
Night, sis.
There you go. Can you see what happened?
Yep. Oh, a couple more showing up, huh?
Yeah, well, you know.
I told you they looked like horde animals. Or beasts, creatures.
I never said they
whatever.
didn't.
Well, I know you didn't say it. You didn't say either way.
Nope. Your turn. Round 3.
Alright, well, first things first, I think I'm going to activate my leader again first.
He passed with flying colors.
Alright. Is double shooting an option?
If you have a gun that lets you. Otherwise, no.
Oh, well, I don't need to double shoot anyway, so... he'll shoot his rifle again at the little alien thing that's
Does he want to
left.
move or aim?
Let's aim. Aiming's a good idea.
Are you familiar with the aim option?
Not really. If aiming's an option, I'll take it. Aiming takes up AP, I presume.
Yes.
Alright, do you need
Let's see. I'm trying to find the exact rules
his
here.
gun stat again?
We will here in just a minute.
Yeah.
Turn sequence. Activation. Multiple players. Okay, here you go. 1 AP actions. You can move, stand, make a ranged attack, unjam a weapon, close combat attack, you can concentrate, you can use an ability, you can climb, you can charge, you can switch weapons, or there are some miscellaneous actions for 1 AP. Concentrate. If the model makes a ranged or melee attack immediately after using concentrate action, it gains +2 to combat roll. So it basically means you get a +2 on the die roll for your ranged attack.
Ooh.
If you concentrate.
I like that. Let's concentrate.
Okay, that doesn't mean you're not moving, which means you're letting them get closer to you. So,
Yep.
that is what
But
you want.
he's gonna
Concentrate
die anyways,
plus
so.
2. Your ranged, you said, is what? 6? 5?
6, if I'm remembering correctly, which is, yes. For Trademaster, it is 6.
Okay, well, you got an 18.
Yeah, well.
That
I
hits.
surpassed that with flying colors.
Take it you shot the one right in front of him?
Yep.
Okay. Next. Who's next?
Next will be the sheriff. No, I'm sorry, warden.
Okay, and he
Which
is
is-
metal 6, you said, right?
Yep.
So he passed, you got a 5.
All
Plus
right.
the 6 makes 11.
Yep. He's gonna move towards the goblin dude,
The one that's been hit or the one that hasn't been hit?
the one that has not been hit.
Okay. How far does he want to move? Full move or partial?
Full move. Or up to base contact, whatever's best there.
Well, full move gets him close, but not melee.
Oh,
He's
okay.
0.7
well,
away. So he's half an inch away.
oh. So I can't. Oh, so that means Okay.
You can shoot
so
with
I
your
can't
revolver.
hit him.
You haven't switched weapons anyways. So you still have your
Okay.
revolver out. So unless you have a one-handed melee weapon.
No, my maul is a two-handed, so the revolver will have to do for now.
Yeah, then you'd have to switch weapons anyways.
Yeah, so we'll just use the revolver for now. Since he moved, he can't aim, so he's just gonna shoot him. Shoot him, man. Shoot him in the head. His range is 5.
Yeah, so he can hit if he gets a 5+. Got a 9. He hits.
Woo!
Then we'll see if he actually kills. Alright, next. So far you've done well.
Let's activate my sheriff next.
You'll be making Pure jealous right about now. He had some terrible rolls to start out. I don't know if you saw his game, but he had some really horrible rolls to start.
Well, that's
Hey, at
kinda
least he
fun.
rolled good on the end and kept everyone alive, so that's good.
Yes, keeping people alive is important.
Alright, so you said you want your sheriff?
Yep.
Metal 6 you said last time, so my guess is it stayed the same. 6 plus 2 is 8. He failed to activate. He has 1 AP.
Yeah. Well, then he'll just move to join his colleagues up the road. Keep it nice and simple.
Alright. And now they get to activate until they fail. Which is right there. You guys do see these beledgered individuals, as you can see there, running towards them, towards the stairs, towards the building you're heading to. They don't
Yes.
seem to have any visible weapons.
So it's safe to presume we can do some talking and don't have
It's up
to
to
go
you.
straight to shooting each other.
It's up to you. The guy
I'm
who's
willing
playing
to
the
make
raider
allies.
decided to shoot him.
Oh yeah.
So I don't care. You do what you want to do. I'm just telling you what you see. You make up your mind of what you do.
You know what?
I simply make sure you know what your guys see.
Everybody a chance.
All right, back to your turn. You still have your.
Oh, you didn't know? All my guys are blind.
Oh, really?
No, I'm just
You know your you know your range skill is 0, right?
all right. So they did their moves in.
Yeah, they failed to activate.
Activations?
So now it's back to you.
All right.
Oh, again, we
What
forgot to
next?
test your damage. So we need to do your Trade Master and your Warden. They shot.
Yes.
Sheriff failed, but he at least moves. So the other two we need to test. So you pick. Do you want to do your Trade Master or your?
Let's do the Trade Master first.
Okay. Strength 7.
Strength. Yeah. Strength 7 for his.
So if the green die
rifle.
is better, he's dead.
Get put down, son.
And 6 on the other guy, so we'll see what happens. And nope, he's fine.
Well, he'll just need to shoot him again then.
You can switch to his melee weapon like you were talking about if you want. Alright,
Yeah,
so
that too. Now that he's close enough.
Yeah, who do you want to activate? Your officer, your dog handler, or one of your dogs?
Let's do my dog handler.
Okay, you said he had metal 5, I believe.
Yep.
4, 9, fail.
He fails?
Yep.
Well, then he'll just move then.
Okay, move is 6.
Trying to keep up with the dog. Yes. No, 5. 5 is the move.
I thought you said dog handler was 6.
Oh, yes. I was thinking the officer for some weird reason. That's on me.
No, it's okay. I like double checking. So we're good.
Yep.
All right.
So, yeah.
Back to them. That's a fail.
Failure's not an option, mister.
Failure's always an option.
Only for the enemy.
Haven't you played and heard of 40k? Failure's always an option. Most of that world is failures. Alright, back to you. You have your officer and your dogs.
Alright, well then, let's do my officer then.
He has 5 metal, or was it 6? I thought you said he was 5, but I could...
5.
Okay. 7. That means he succeeds.
Yay! He will...
You want to move his 10?
Yeah.
Moved his
Make
10.
a beeline for that building.
Okay. Who's
At
next?
least it's a defendable place. Let's do Cyberdog.
Cyberdog activates with a 10, which means he got a 15. That's a success.
Woohoo! He will double move. He's right up there, huh?
Yep, he's close. We'll see what happens. Alright, so that's him. Next, you have your 2 dogs. Front dog or back dog?
Let's do back dog.
5 just barely succeeds.
Alright, well, we're going to double move him to catch up to the crew. So that would be 14 total.
Yep, he made it. And finally,
Last doggo.
last dog. 8 succeed.
Alright. I think I'll have him double move as well.
Wow, he's 3 inches from the doorway, getting inside the doorway.
So close. Tell you what, this is a lot of terrain that came in this box.
That's a good thing. Maybe it's actually,
Yeah.
worth the value finally.
Well, I thought the first Warcry definitely worth the value with all terrain that came.
Yeah, just sometimes they kind of skimp on it a little bit. I didn't see there's no way up there. Ah, they need to go the other way. Sweet.
How long does these games usually take?
That depends on how quick you are.
About an hour? Okay. Just making sure I'm not gonna be staying up too late. You know?
Yeah, I get it. It kind of depends on how quick you go. I've seen them take
I mean, it seems like I'm
3-4 hours,
quick.
and I've
I'm
seen them
just
take
making a
not.
beeline.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'm used to like a 40k game.
Yeah, not a 40k game.
3 hours and you're still on turn 2. Well, at least with the guys I play with, because there's like a group of them, so it's like 4v, or it's like 1 versus 1 versus 1 versus 1 kind of deal.
Oof,
So, like,
yeah, those
4
can be
guys
rough.
Just, yeah,
That's part of why for 9th Ed they did away with their, janky thing like that.
Yeah. I mean, it made it for a crazy and massive game, that's for sure.
All right. That's them. So let's see. We have that. So anything more than that will be good. Let's see if he stays dead.
Please stay dead.
He stayed dead.
Yay! And the other one didn't die at all.
Nah, he didn't actually get damaged. He got hit, he just not damaged.
Yeah. His armor's too good. That skin, that
There you go.
Fallout skin that he has, post-apocalyptic.
Yep. So he's actually going to move in and hit your guy. Well, swipe at him. Try to hit.
Alright, yo.
So it's a versus roll. Melee versus melee. Green is him, red is you. What is your guy's melee ability?
Let me pull that up. That was my warden, if I'm remembering correctly,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so his melee is 5. No, wait, I'm sorry. I was looking under sheriff there. That's my bad.
Warden melee skill.
His melee.
What'd you say it was? 5?
5.
Okay.
Yep.
Alright, so that would mean you got a 15 versus their 13, so he fails to hit you. You block him.
Booyah. No counterattack?
Not unless you have a special rule that gives it to you.
No. I don't have one of those. I don't like special rules. Say, forget them, I can do it all myself.
Well, if you had a special rule that lets you counterattack, you could have countered attack, so. Your choice.
Yeah.
Alright, your turn.
Alright, well, let's start with my warden there in melee combat.
Okay. We will attempt to activate.
His activate's 5.
He has 5 metal or 6? I thought the warden had 6.
Oh, 6. Yeah.
Okay, he succeeds either way. So do you want to switch to your melee weapon?
Yeah.
Okay,
Switch
and then
to
one
my
melee
weapon and
attack.
give him a good slap.
You make it. You get more than him, therefore you make it. So now it's a strength versus defense roll. What is your strength versus his defense?
Smaller strength is strength plus 2, so that would make it 7 total.
You're going to 7 versus 6. Green die is you. Ooh. 10 versus 10. It's equal, therefore you do not successfully wound him.
Aww.
Equal goes to defender. Alright, well he hit. He just didn't quite impact hard enough.
Hello?
So, you got the hit.
You cut out there for a quick sec.
You got the hit, you just didn't get the wound.
Oh, guess I'll have to try harder next time, huh?
Who's activating next?
Let's do my my warden. No, I'm sorry. Not the warden. He just activated.
Sheriff, leader, Trademaster. Okay.
Yeah, leader.
He succeeds. He got a 6 on the die and has a 7, therefore he has plenty with his 13.
Man, can I shoot an enemy who's in melee combat with an ally of mine?
I don't believe they let you do that. Let me look.
Okay. I mean, some games are different than others for that kind of stuff, so that's...
Line of sight. You must have line of sight with all. Yep. Both friendly and enemy models block line of sight, so technically your guy's blocking your sight to him.
Well then, you know what? He'll go and double move and join his friends up ahead.
Okay.
So that will cover him. Let's do my sheriff now. If he turns around, does he have a clear sight of that guy?
Who, the sheriff?
Yeah.
He can draw a line. So yeah, he could.
Alright. Well,
keep in mind, they do look down the side streets and see the others moving in towards them.
Oh, yeah. We got more guys.
Yeah, that's why I asked if you saw. All the green specks are them. So,
Big
2 here,
bad.
2 here, 5 here, and 1 there that you're fighting. So they're all moving towards you.
Right,
Fresh meat.
So, I guess instead of that, he'll take line in sight of the left side where there's more guys.
Okay. Who's doing that? You're going to activate your sheriff and do that?
Yeah. We're going to have to do an initiative roll, which is
6, 12, succeed.
6. Alright, so yeah, he'll aim and shoot. Or concentrate and shoot, or whatever.
Yeah, concentrate, aim, yeah. So it gives you a
Tomato,
+2.
tomato,
What's your
right?
range? Your range
Alright.
was
Woo.
6.
20 with the rifle.
Your range skill, sorry.
Oh, yes, 6.
I figured your rifle was 20, what you said, so figured you're gonna make it. But your skill is 6, plus 2 makes 8, plus 5 means you get better than 10, so you hit.
Woo!
Cool.
Alright, so that uses
His activate.
activation,
Mhm.
so
So you have your officer. Woo. You have your officer, your dogs, and your dog handler.
alright, let's
Do you want to activate your forward
officer.
dog? Oh, your officer? Okay.
Yep, officer. Get him moving.
Metal 5. Activates on a 10.
Woo! So with that in mind,
What do you want your officer to do? Officer Jones!
Let's see. He's just got a revolver, so probably no guys in range. I'll tell you what, he'll move back on the other side of those sandbags and just wait for further orders.
Back over here. Or on this side.
On the side of the cathedral to kind of like guard the entrance there.
Okay. But on the left or right of him? So as he goes in, is he going to go to the sandbags on the left or go in and go to the sandbags on the right of him?
Let's go left.
Okay.
And is there like an Overwatch or anything like that?
If you spend 2 AP to do it.
Oh, wow. Well, if I know that. No. He'll just, I guess, doesn't need to use his second AP then. So he'll just sit there and twiddle his thumbs.
Alright. Did you want to not move and go use your 2 AP to ready a shot instead?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
He can take cover and be in a defensive position.
Yep. Okay. Who's next? You have dog handler.
Let's do dog handler.
And I believe all your remaining have 5. That's a 9.
Yes.
Succeeds. What does the dog handler do?
He's going to double move towards the cathedral. I don't know what else to describe it as.
That's fine. He's right on the doorway.
Good man.
Next. Forward dog, back dog, or
Next.
cyber dog?
Let's do cyber dog.
Ooh, he got a 1. So 1 AP. You moving in?
Well, he'll just do a 1 move, yeah.
That is a fail.
Failing's not fun, man.
No, this guy's scared of him and keeps tripping. Your turn.
Alright,
So you have your 2 dogs. Forward dog, backward dog.
Let's do back dog.
You want the underdog. Got a 3
Yeah,
plus a
the
5 is a
underdog.
fail.
Oh.
What's
So
he want to do?
sad. He'll do a 1 move towards the cathedral.
Alright, their turn again. Oh, we forgot to do your rifle. Rifle 7 from your
Yes.
sheriff.
Yep.
Bam, he's down. Mark a point.
Woohoo! Boom. Headshot.
Alright, nice. So there's that. Let's see. Now they're activating. Who's the next furthest back of them? Ten.
Well, that doesn't sound good in my favor.
Oh, it's just how far that guy moves. Yay, 5, 10. Total 15 was the other guy's total. Your dog has a guy running right up behind him. Excuse me.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Oh, Reggie.
Ooh, fail. Excuse me. Your turn. Last dog.
Alright, last dog. He will do some initiativing.
He failed.
Well, he's gonna just move into the cathedral anyway, so off you go, little doggo.
Okay. I need you to mark down one VP. VP will come in later.
VP?
Yep. Victory points.
Ah, okay. Woohoo! Okay.
Alright. So that's them. So that guy needs to activate. Alright, give me just one moment. I need to take care of a quick bio, and we'll press on.
Yep, no problem.
Alright.
Welcome back.
Danka danka. Let's see. That's them. We are live. We are good. Does he return? No.
He stays down.
Yeah, we'll see for how long.
When I put somebody down, they stay down.
We'll see. Yeah, they're all going to move now. Do a melee versus melee. You said your melee was 7 or 6
Yes.
on the warden.
Let me double check.
No, you said the melee was 5 on him, if I remember correctly.
It's 5, and then yeah.
His strength is 7.
Yeah, his strength is 7.
Green versus red. Well, it's good you have one more than him, because otherwise he would have hit you. You both fumbled.
What you trying to say here? You saying I'm a failure?
No, I'm saying they both failed to kill each other. It's mutual. They're starting to fall in love with each other, so they don't want to hurt each other.
Mutual failure?
Yep. Alright, turn 5. You're up.
Alright, well, let's start
Turn
with
5,
my
round
warden.
1. Ding!
Ding, 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 ding. Let's roll for
Fight!
initiative for my warden,
Warden it is.
which is 6.
He needs to get a 4. He got a 10. 14 succeeds.
Woohoo!
16 succeeds. So 2 AP.
Oh, he's gonna...
Attack twice.
Yep. Yeah.
Your
he's
melee
gonna
is
do some
5 versus
slap.
4. So you have one more than him.
Yep.
So if the dice tie, you win. And you hit. Green is always the attacker,
Ooh.
red's defender, just so we're clear.
Okay.
You made it simply because you have one more melee skill than him. Otherwise, he would have
Oh
gotten
yeah.
it. All right, strength 7
Alright,
versus
Jesus is
defense
on my
6.
side tonight.
Same thing here. If you get equal on the die, you win simply because you have a higher skill, higher strength. 3 versus 4, tied. He wins. Second attack. I take it you want to spend your second AP to attack, right?
Yes.
And you fail to collide. He catches your weapon that time and stops you from
No.
bludgeoning him.
Touche. Fine. Be like that.
That one just doesn't want to go down. He wants to stay
Yeah.
embraced with you. Your warden's, getting someone that likes him. They're just holding on to each other. One more round. One more round.
Dancing. Tangoing.
Who's next?
Let's do my sheriff. He will aim towards the same group again, but I guess we got to do initiative first.
He may just shoot and fail. 9. He succeeds. He has 2 AP.
Okay. So he will concentrate and shoot at that group again.
Okay. Do you care which one?
No, not really.
Okay. He does have these two.
Nearest one makes sense.
He does have these two coming around the corner near him too.
Oh, well, maybe we might have to do that instead, huh?
He can't get the one that's closest to
Yeah.
him. He can get the second closest.
Right. I tell you
can
what,
go for that
he'll
one.
still shoot at the same group as last time.
Okay. So shoot the closest one in that group. So that guy.
Yep.
+2 on the roll, so he has 7, essentially, for his range skill. 14, that's a hit.
Woo! Slap him good. And then you need
Who's
to know his
next?
strength, right?
Not yet.
Or
Not till cleanup.
oh, not yet. Right. Let's activate my handler next.
Puppy handler.
Yep, puppy handler.
He rolls a 9 plus his 5. Gives him a 14. That's a succeed. What does dog handler want to do?
Well, he will finish moving into... actually... Yeah, let's keep him moving into the cathedral.
Is he going to double move into like the center here, or where do you want him to go?
Yeah, let's do that. Double
Okay.
move.
All right. Who's next?
Next, let's do the closest or the furthest up dog.
The furthest out dog?
Yeah.
He fails.
Well then I guess I'll just move once then. Towards the cathedral. Or towards and in. Or in. You know what I mean.
Yeah, apparently he decided to bring a beggar along with him.
No, that's okay.
Alright.
Just don't let it happen again, dog. Alright, so I guess it's the goblin's turn.
Nope. It's
No?
the other guys. The guys that are running towards the church too.
Oh. The mystery guys. I don't know who would be unarmed in a post-apocalyptic world, but okay.
Well, they probably have, makeshift weapons like, broken boards and stuff, but not what you'd consider really a threat, probably.
Yeah. So, whatever they can pick up in a zombie apocalypse.
And that was their fail, so back to you. So you have dog, cyberdog, officer, and leader.
Well, let's do cyberdog now.
Two, he failed.
Well, I guess I'll move once into the cathedral.
Alright. They definitely don't seem to be too thrilled about having, growling beast next to them, but they don't seem to necessarily want to go on the offensive either.
I know what will happen. They've been watching me shoot these guys down like target practice.
They've more been fleeing for their lives into the area.
Yeah, I guess when you're fleeing for your lives, you really don't expect a whole lot.
All right.
All right.
Your turn.
My turn.
Ossifer,
Let's see.
leader, or puppers, which you have one pup inside the church already, as you called it, cathedral.
Yeah. Let's do leader.
Has 7 medals, so needs 3.
Yes.
Gets an 8. Succeeds.
Alright, so he's...
Oh, we forgot to do your cleanup. We
shoot
forgot to do the
at,
cleanup phase. Cleanup phase is...
Oh, yep.
Does he die? 7 versus 6. He down.
Yep.
Mark that for your sheriff. That's his second, isn't it?
Yep, that's his second.
Blap blap.
Pew pew.
All right. So what does your boss man want to do? Caravan
All
leader.
right, boss man. Trade master will shoot at the group of 4.
On the left.
Yep.
Okay. So does he want to aim and shoot, or move and shoot, or
Yes,
just shoot and
yes,
then decide?
Concentrate and shoot.
Okay. Gives him a +2. His range skill is 6. So is that 8? Don't know if it's 6. Is it 5 or 6?
Yes.
It is 6. Okay. So that means it's 8. He needs to get a 2. He hits. Which guy did he hit?
Well, let's
1,
do the
2, or
closest.
3?
Let's do 1.
1 it is. All right. That's his turn. Who's next? You have dog and officer. Which your dog's inside the church. You can just pass with him if you want to, unless you plan on doing something with him.
Let's do the officer.
5 needs a 5 to succeed. Gets a 7.
Yep.
Succeeds. 2 AP.
Okay, so what's the range on the right with the 2 guys on the right? Is that 12 inches?
10.5.
All right.
11.4.
He will shoot each of them once.
Can he shoot more than once?
Oh, I guess that's a question.
It's a special rule on a weapon that would allow you to shoot more than once. If he doesn't have that rule, then he can only shoot once. It's burst fire.
Okay. Well, then I guess he will shoot only once.
Okay, so you probably want to aim then. So concentrate and fire.
Yeah. Concentrate and fire at the closest one.
Okay, what's his range? 5?
Range
Or 4?
on the revolver is 12.
No. His range skill.
I'm sorry. Yes, 5.
Okay, so that makes it 7.
be
So he needs a
7.
3. Gets a 2. He misses.
Oh, come on now.
Just barely missed. Like it grazes the creature. It's not like, he shot off down towards your, leader or something.
I'm
He got close.
Sorry, I was looking at the wrong guy. The
He got
officer's
close.
Ranged as 4, so
Oh, so
it's even worse.
Yeah, he missed more. But still, it wasn't a fumble. He at
he
least still
missed
fires in
even
the
worse.
general direction. It just says, over here instead of hitting the target. All right, so that leaves your dog. Did you want to do anything with your dog, or you want to just pass?
Yeah, so that dog, I'm gonna double back outside the church to help.
See if you get it.
Mop up these.
You succeed. Okay, so that dog's gonna actually come back out.
Yeah, he's gonna come back out and assist.
Double move or single?
Where does a single move get me?
Around the doorway.
All right,
Just past the doorway.
Do a double move.
Okay.
So he'll end somewhere in between the officer and the leader.
He's a little bit back behind the officer. The leader's down here.
Okay. Well,
The officer's here. This is
yeah,
one of the
let's,
other NPC people that he's near.
Oh, okay.
So, all right, that's round. I threw the dice off the table.
Well, why did you do that?
Accidents happen. You got a 2. All right, well, that means he's dead. Man, they're not coming back for you.
Oh, yeah.
All right, 5. All right, so we return them. And we get 3. Whoa! All right. Now you actually know how many rounds you have to go.
So my leader took out another one, right?
We need to
No,
roll
that
that
wasn't my
now. We're rolling that now to see if he did.
Oh.
Yes, simply because you have higher damage. Otherwise, no. If your strength was equal, you wouldn't
simply
have.
because I said it.
Well, that too, reminding me helps. Let's see, does he stay dead? Yep, he stayed dead.
Aren't Jesus is with me?
I like this
The
music.
dice
It's good.
gods.
I don't know if you can hear the music or not, but
Oh no, I'm watching the stream, but I muted the screen, so
it's cool.
that way I'm not hearing myself. Because I'm doing it all on one device. Because
Oh no, you're good.
so like my computer wasn't cooperating with me, so I'm just doing everything from my smartphone here. Which, speaking of, I should plug in because I don't want it dying on me.
3 more are approaching your caravan leader from the right-hand side.
Wow, they just keep on coming, huh?
All right.
I don't mind getting the kill streak up.
Well, you know, you do know what your objective is.
Yeah. Alright.
Yep. So now they're going to move and attack.
Well, that's not fun.
Oh, can't quite get to your leader. And the other one's going to go for your warden. Again. Hey, he hits. No, he doesn't. Never mind. Red was you, because you're defending, so you defended successfully.
Woohoo!
Alright. Turn 6. Bing!
Ding, fries are done.
Who's up first? Your warden again?
Yeah, let's do my warden.
Hey, he passed.
Alright.
Let me guess, you want to
know
attack
what?
the guy?
He's like way back there, so I'm actually going to disengage and get out of there.
Okay.
Disengaging, I assume, is 1 AP.
You spend an AP and you have to actually make a contested strength check.
Okay.
So straight your strength versus his, and your strength was 5. Or if your metal is higher, you can do an agility test, if you prefer.
His strength, warden strength, yeah, is 5, so
What's his metal?
6.
So you want to do an agility test versus his strength,
Yeah,
because then you have slight advantage. So green is you, red is him. No, he catches you as you try to leave and stops you.
No, come on.
So that's 1 AP spent. You can
Alright.
spend another AP to attempt to disengage, or you can hit him.
Well, I will, since he wants me to stick around, I'll slap him around.
Alright. Melee versus melee. Green is you, red is him. Equal. You have 1 greater, you hit. Strength 7, defense 6. Equal, greater, he's hit. He's down. Mark 1 for him. I think that's his second one.
Finally.
Right?
Yep, that would be my warden's second one.
Who's next?
Let's do my sheriff next.
He has 4 of them encroaching on his area. He gets a 7, he succeeds.
Alright, let's do it. We got this.
What do you want to do?
He will shoot.
1 is going to
closest-
reach you, 2 can reach you, and 2 can't reach you this next turn of theirs. And 2 can reach your leader next turn.
Alright, well, let's shoot the closest one.
Okay. You going to concentrate or not?
Yes, he will concentrate.
Range skills 5?
Yes.
Plus 2 makes 7. Plus 2 is 9, is miss. By 1.
What? Oh, come on.
Yep.
How could you do this to me, Sheriff?
Who activates
He's right
next?
in front of you.
He's probably getting nervous as this thing is crawling towards him to bite him. He's like, ah! It's like grazes the thing on the face, and it's like, I'm gonna eat you.
Alright, let's do
Who's activating?
my trade master next.
10, that makes it 17. He succeeds. He has 2 that are going to reach him. Like, they will reach him.
Well,
They're like 2 inches away.
let's let's move to back behind the barricades with his 5-inch moves as best as he can.
Okay, you can't quite get there.
Alright. Well, we'll still move towards that area. And then he will shoot.
They'll still be able to get you.
Right. He'll shoot from the hip, I guess, without concentrating, of course.
His range skill is 6. Or does he still have 5?
No, he's 6.
Needs to get a 4+. He gets a 2. He missed.
Oh, come on.
Who's activating next?
They're getting sweaty hands.
They are. Who's activating next?
Let's do my officer.
5 needs a 5.
Yep.
Gets a 5. Makes 10. Just made it. 2 AP.
Woo. Alright, so he will take his revolver and then shoot the closest goblin guy to the
and he has ranged
to the trade master, I mean.
Yep, so he has ranged 4, and so if he concentrates, it makes it range 6. So he needs a 4+ to hit.
Okay.
He gets a 9. That's a hit.
Woo. Good man.
There you go.
He
Next.
gets his first kill.
Maybe.
Not quite kill yet, but...
Right. Next, you have Cyberdog, Dog, and Dog Handler in the church and Cathedral, and 1 dog out by the officer.
Let's do my dog outside.
5 needs a 5. Gets a 9. Succeeds.
Alright. He will move towards the goblins. And getting in between him and the trade master.
Okay. You can actually do a charge move, which allows you to do a hit. Do you want to hit the guy who's been hit or the guy who hasn't been hit?
Let's do the one that has not been hit.
Okay. So what you're going to do is spend your move to move here. And then you're going to charge here.
Okay, cool.
And it's a versus. What is his melee skill?
His melee is... Oh, it helps if I scroll down to the canine, and his melee is 6.
Ooh, that's a 10 versus an 11. Just barely missed. He nearly got him. Keep in mind, the die rolls were very much not in your favor because it's a 4 versus 7.
Mm-hmm.
So your dog's actually much better at hitting than they are. Alright.
Okay.
So far you've not actually failed your initiative yet. So you have Dog, Cyberdog, and Dog Handler. You want to do anything with them, or you want to leave them?
No, I don't see need to do anything with them.
All right. Then that's it. We're going to let them go and see what happens. Yeah, the guy fails. He's so nervous. He keeps tripping. This one guy is still trying to get into the church. He's like, I'm gonna ouch!
Was there any cleanup I had to do?
There is. and we do that now.
Oh, okay.
So your revolver hit. Strength what? 6.
The revolver was strength 6, yeah.
So the green die needs to be 1 point higher than the red die. That's a mark.
Well, that's good, right?
Yeah, he's down. That means he gets his first kill. He gets his first point.
Go, officer boy.
And
That's seven zombie dudes I've killed so far.
And okay. Now they're gonna move in to bite. Not quite to your master. They're trying to get there.
Well, I don't have to like it.
Don't worry, your sheriff got hit twice.
Yeah, that's
Well, that's not true. He got attacked twice. So,
Yes.
what is your sheriff's melee skill?
His melee is 5.
Okay, theirs is 4. So if your die, the red, is 1 less than the green, you're okay. Otherwise, you take a hit. Well, they got a 1. So that's a fail for the first one. And the second one on him. 10 and 1. Okay, well, they fumbled. Now on your dog.
Woo-hoo.
Your dog, I believe you said 6 melee, right?
Yes, I believe they are.
3 versus 8. He shrugs it off too.
Woohoo!
Alright. Turn 7. You're in turn 7, game ends on turn 8. Just so you're aware.
I was going to say,
We're almost done. You gotta decide what you're doing quick.
woo! Alright. Well, let's
You know
start
you're
with
supposed
my,
to be up there, so.
Yeah, let's start with my warden.
Okay. I know you're trying to clear the way for your warden to not get totally swarmed, so I get it. He passed. He has 2 AP. Take it you want to try to just run right through?
Yeah, I'm just going to sprint him down. Double move. Run, Forrest, run!
I killed one boss! Dude, we've killed like 3 up here. Ow! Who's next?
Alright, let's do my sheriff.
Okay.
Since he's engaged, let's
You got a 10, so he gets 2 AP.
Ooh, let's try to get him out of there. So it would be better to do agility because
Yep.
metal is 7. No, I'm sorry, his metal
6,
is 6.
right? Oh, he made it!
6.
He made it! That means he still has an AP.
Alright.
I believe that's how it works. Let me look. Alright, base count may attempt, but must pass an agility or strength test. The player must choose the test to use. Failure means the model forfeits an action point. Success means it moves with no respective for the enemy's base conduct. Okay, So you can actually, you still have your 2 AP. You lose an AP if you fail.
Oh, okay. So, you know what? He will...
Oh, but you take a -1 because you have multiple in base with you. But you still pass.
Okay. Well, he will make a sprint for the cathedral.
10 move?
Yep. Just going to hide everybody in there.
Okay. He moves. Next.
Let's do my doggo outside.
5 needs a 5. Gets an 8. You gonna bite him?
Yeah.
Or you wanna run?
Bite him.
Okay.
Woof, woof.
Melee versus melee. You have 6, he has 4.
Yep.
So you had a 11, he has a 12. You did not make contact.
Well, he got lucky there.
Second AP, you gonna bite again, or you wanna run? Which try to run, I should say. Okay, bite again. Oop, you succeed.
Woohoo! Woof woof.
Your strength is what?
His strength is strength +1, which is 7 total.
7 total. Okay. So he failed to quite wound. He bit and made contact, but didn't puncture.
He's got flat teeth, I guess.
It's more there's not much in there for squishy stuff left, so it's kind of like biting on a bone. So he's like, arr, arr.
Well, dogs do like bones, so
Maybe he's just chewing on them for fun. All right, next.
Let's do my officer. He will.
He gets a 4, makes a 9. He fails 1 AP.
Okay, well then he will shoot his revolver at the closest goblin dude.
Okay. His range skill is 4, you said, so he needs a 6+. He gets a 7. He makes contact. And since it's the end of the round, because he failed, he will get to see if he actually damaged it this time. 6 for 6. Higher die wins. You win. Bam. Another one down.
Done.
So he fails to activate, but blasts one down.
Hey, boom, headshot. Don't need to aim with that one, sucker.
You're up.
Alright, let's do Trade Master.
Has a 6, needs a 4.
Correct?
Gets a 1. Yep, he is not, but he only has 1 AP.
Uh-oh. Well, he will move towards the cathedral anyways.
He's just too cautious for the rest of his group, trying to make sure they, all get in there.
Yep.
Come on, guys, let's go! Alright, so that was a fail, so they're done. Your turn again. You have...
I don't need any of the other guys to move or
right,
do
because they're in.
anything.
Oh, I forgot. They do have one guy outside. He should have gone. It stumbles up the stairs. Thump, ouch! Oof! Ah!
He's
I made
really
it!
having
I
trouble
made
with
it!
those stairs,
I made it! He made it inside,
Rocky,
but yeah, he's fumbled, I think, every single activation.
It's like Rocky going up those stairs.
Alright, so the one against your... we need to roll to see if he stays down. He stays down.
Boom. Gets another one off.
Alright, and now your doggo's gonna have to see if he gets bit. You bite me, I bite you. Your dog's like, and?
You can't bite through all this fur.
Because you have a
That's what I
6,
say.
which is a 13 versus their 13, so defense wins. Therefore, since it's 2 better, you succeed. Because it's a tie. So no, he's just like, no, you don't. Is your warden has 2 that are going to engage with him.
Uh-oh. Alright, so my warden.
What's his
You'll
melee?
Need the melee.
I believe you said it was 6? Okay.
6.
2 better. Well, 1 better because there's 2 of them. Nah. Resist the first one and the second one. Ooh, C4, 13. Yeah, just hit. So do you wound? Your defense? What's your melee defense?
6.
Melee defense is 6? Okay. So you don't have any armor?
That is correct. No armor.
Aw, fails to wound you.
Whew. Was worried there for a sec.
High is going to be your sheriff. Low is going to be your dog. Your dog it is. Your dog gets another bite on him. He shrugs it off. I don't think so. Keep in mind, their skills go up and your ability to get away go down as you have more of them in base contact and melee with you, and you have 3 moving in on your dog. Now, it won't matter because this is the last turn. But if it wasn't the last round, it would matter. So I want to make sure that was clear.
Yeah, I could have been saying goodbye to my doggo.
Yeah. As it is, this is the last round. Your turn.
Woo. Okay. Let's see. Where's my warden at?
Warden's back here.
Alright, so he's got... Is he the one with the 2 guys in base contact?
Yep. He has 26 inches to get to the church.
Alright, let's try to get him out of there. So
he's not going to make it by the end of the game to the church.
No, but let's try to get him out of
not it.
Combat.
Yep.
Yeah, let's get him.
Because they will get their turn. So your dog will have 5 of them on him if he stays. So
yeah,
we'll see. Green is you, red is them. Your metal is... Oh, you need to activate first.
Right. See if I get
nope,
1 or 2
you fail.
AP.
1. Let's see if you succeed or not. 6, 5. Yep, you just barely make it.
So he gets out of there. He can move.
Yep.
Alright, let's move him towards the cathedral.
1 is going to be able to still hit him this turn, but the other one won't.
Okay.
Alright, next is your sheriff, trademaster, officer, puppers.
Let's do officer. No, let's do sheriff.
Sheriff has a metal 6, therefore needs a 4, got a 9.
Okay.
2 AP.
So he's got 2. Let's do concentrate and shoot at one of the goblins on top of my dog.
Okay. Do the one that's not covered.
Yeah.
Alright, so your range skill 5 on him? Or 4?
It's 5.
5,
for the
okay.
sheriff.
So 7, you need a 3 plus. You get a 1.
Fine, be like that.
Next.
Alright. Let's
Officer,
do
trade
my
master.
officer.
5 needs 5 plus. Gets an 8.
Alright. So he gets 2 AP.
Yes, sir.
Concentrate and shoot at one of the
Okay.
guys on
Needs a
my
4
dog.
plus. Gets a 10.
That's good.
He's hit. Next.
Let's do my trade master.
Okay. Gets a 5.
You-
He has a 7. He succeeds.
Alright, well, he will concentrate and shoot the other one off the dog.
Okay.
Alright.
So he has a 6, 8. Needs a 2. Got a 9.
That's good, right?
Means he hit.
Woohoo! Alright.
Alright.
No, now I guess I'll do the dog.
It's a choice we got.
So he's going
Because you haven't failed an activation yet since you've hit, so.
So he still has to do the disengage roll?
Technically. Unless you activate one of your other guys.
Let's activate one of my other guys and try to fail.
Okay. Who do you want?
Let's do Cyberdog.
Okay. I rolled the dice. Let's go look what it was. It's a 2. You fail.
Woohoo!
What do you want him to do with his 1 AP?
I want him to
Sit there?
go to the center of the circle section. I don't know. Yeah, just sit there.
There you go. Alright, so do you want to do your pistol or your rifle first?
Let's do rifle first.
Alright. You have 1 more strength than his defense. So if it's tie,
Strength
you
For
win.
the rifle, 7.
Bam! He's dead. Trade master gets 1 more.
Woohoo! Another one bites the dust.
Now we go for the pistol from the officer.
Pistol for my officer.
They're equal, so you need to get 1 greater on the green die than the red die, and you fail.
Oh. Alright, well. You can't win them all, I guess.
Well, you know. Hasn't been too terrible for you. Alright.
No, it hasn't.
Pupper turn. Let's see what he gets.
Yep.
He needs a 5. He gets a 9. 2 AP. Does he want to try to disengage?
Yes, he does.
Does he want to do strength or does he want to do metal?
Okay, so the puppers will do strength. His strength is 6. His metal's 5, so
Okay.
strength.
Oh, it's a tie, which I believe means he doesn't make it.
Oh. Well then, let's try it again.
I'm wrong.
You're wrong?
Yep. You have to pass a test. It's not a versus test, it's just a straight test. So he makes it.
Oh, okay. It's not the verse. Okay, I get it. Alright, well then he'll double move into the cathedral.
Can't quite make it.
Well.
6 inches
get
short.
him- oh well. Well, move behind cover. Away from danger.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that matters.
Does he come back? Nope. All right.
Now I just gotta hope all my guys who are going to get swarmed by him will survive it.
2 on your warden, 2 on your sheriff. Who do you want to do first?
Let's do my sheriff first.
Sheriff's melee is what?
Hang on, let me scroll up to it. His melee is 5.
Okay.
So 1 and greater.
Yep. So, let's roll. They're green, you're red. Because you're on defense.
Yep.
Pass. Second.
Yay!
Pass. Warden.
Woo!
Wait, yeah, because you said sheriff first. So now warden.
Yep.
Warden skill, same? 6?
Yep.
Okay.
No, 5.
5 melee for the warden. Okay.
Yeah. Well, it's 5 for the sheriff, too.
Oh, okay. Got it. So that is a succeed because they got less than you. And a succeed because they got no, you're red, so this time they hit by 1.
Uh-oh.
So strength
That's not good.
5. What's your defense? 6.
Defense 6, yep.
You shrug it off.
Woohoo!
That's game. It's done.
That's game. Woohoo!
So
Guys
anecdotally,
are
what
alive,
happens
and
next
that's
turn
bad.
is you guys break and get into the church from, narrative standpoint. And something about this, there's some signal that you heard is coming from here. And what it doesn't permit them in, like something about it bugs them so they don't make it in.
Oh, kind of
So you survive.
radio shield.
Yeah. It's kind of like, you can get a
I
high-pitched
like it.
noise that you can't hear, but animals can, and they'll drive them nuts and they'll stay away from it. That sort of a
Yep.
thing. So, I need you to tabulate all that you have taken out.
All right. 2 for the officer, 2 for the trade, 3 for the trade master, 2 for the warden, 2 for the sheriff. So
Didn't you
9
get some on
total.
your officer?
2 for the officer, yeah.
Okay, so you said warden 2, sheriff 2, and officer 2?
Yep.
Okay,
And trade master 3.
right. So that's 9. So that's 3. And you had 3 people in, so that's an additional 3. And you got the first in, so that's 1. So 7.
7.
7 VP is what you made.
7 VP total. Got it. Woo, go team.
Mainly to tell you how it's done. So now we go to XP. Do your dogs get XP or not? Because I know a lot of dogs tend to not get XP. They don't go up. They just are what they are.
Where would I find that out?
In the rule book.
Alright, so page 103 in the TNT book. Alright, then.
So your dogs, you're saying, are actually canines, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Want to be sure. Cyberdog is there. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Okay.
I said 103, right? Page.
Yep. And let me see here.
Oh, there it is. No, we went all the way to the bottom. Why did we do that?
I'm trying to find the raider, because the raiders, I believe, they get dogs, but they can't level up. Mongrel. I don't see that they don't gain any experience. I'll have to talk to him where he saw that. Oh, I see what you're saying. Never mind. Okay. Never mind. So yeah, you're good. It mattered, so that's why I was asking. So you're good. It looks like they do gain it as normal. So why it matters is for your XP for everyone. So
Oh, yeah?
you all get 2 XP for being here.
Okay. 2 XP for doing the mission.
Yep. Your leader gets 2 for being the leader here. Your cyber dog, one of your dogs, and your dog handler get an additional 2 experience because they were in the church at the end of the scenario.
Right. So handler, cyber dog, and canine.
Canine 1, not Canine 2.
Canine. Yeah, canine 1. They all get 2.
You need to give them names. We can keep them separate that way.
Yes.
Now, your leader gets an additional 8 XP because he took out 3
XP?
glowing bones.
3?
The leader will get he'll get 5 total for the leader.
5.
2 for
5
being
total.
Yeah, 2 for being the leader, 2 for being in the scenario, and 1 for killing 3 bones. Well, they call them bones, but the zombies that you're fighting.
5 total. Got it. Alright.
If you'd gotten 1 more on the others, they would have gotten an extra XP. But that's fine. You'll get plenty coming up.
Okay,
so there we go.
They each get 2. And A9 Mach 2 gets 2 for the scenario. Got it. Alright. That wraps it up.
Almost. Now we get to see what you get for your barter script to see if you are able to, pay your upkeep.
Woo!
So, luckily you didn't have any injuries, so you didn't get that. You do get to do, where is it? Income. So anyone that's not a leader, freelancer, can do this. Well, or animal. So your handler and the other three can do this. So you can get 4 cards, is what we'll do.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is we're going to take these 4, we're going to line them up, and they're going to get cards basically saying how they did on generating money for the party. So we're going to take them out here to make it simpler. So I have a deck with the 2 jokers here. See that?
Yep.
So we get 1 for him, 1 for him, 1 for him, 1 for him. Right?
Right.
Add up the non-face cards, and you multiply by 3.
Okay, so add up the non-face, so that's 6 and a 10.
Yep.
16. What are the values of the face cards?
We'll get to that. That's separate things. So that's 48 that you got there, right?
Yep.
For the mission you did, where is it? Trying to see the reward. You get paid for your VP is what I'm trying to see. Your VP, we said you had 7, right?
Yep, 7 VP. Does that mean 7 more cards?
No, you get 14 additional. You get 2 BP BS4 each.
Oh, okay.
So you have 62 barter script that you've made.
$62. That's my money?
Yes, that's currently what you've made for money.
Woohoo!
Keep in mind you do have to pay upkeep on all your guys. Now your dog handler and your sheriff had something different happen to them while they were out.
Right.
So now we resolve those because they're special. So you have the King of Clubs. So your sheriff comes across an old firehouse, and you encounter a armed raider with a weapon. Neither of you have enough time to draw your weapon. Instead, you must make... Oh. So do you want to explore the firehouse, or do you want to avoid it?
Let's explore it.
Okay. Then you find a raider who has a flamethrower, and he can't get to the flamethrower in time. So you need to make a melee test.
Alright.
It's a versus test. What is your melee?
For my sheriff, it was, or is, 5.
5? Okay.
Yep.
You are green as normal. It is a win. Okay. You're able to just win. That means you add a flamethrower to your loot.
Ooh.
So he comes
Now,
back with a flamethrower.
Any of my guys can take that, right?
It is a flamethrower that is added to your loot. You can do with it as you do with it.
Alright. Cool.
Jack of Spades. Jack of Spades. Okay. He comes across a settler caravan.
Well, I guess
They're on the
we'll-
old I-68, and they have a broken wagon. Do you want to try to help them, or do you want to pass on?
Well, let's help them out.
Okay. I need you to roll a strength test. What is your strength on
Alright.
your dog handler?
Dog handler strength is 5.
So you need to roll a 5+ to succeed, okay?
Let's do it.
Here's your die. Are you ready?
Let's do it. We got this.
Oh. And thanks for your
No.
assistance in getting the wagon fixed. They give you an additional
Woohoo!
35 script.
Ooh.
That means you're up
Plus-
to 97 from this.
Making
it's
the bank.
Yeah, so your sheriff comes back with a flamethrower. Your dog handler comes back with 35 script, saying, "Hey, I helped some settlers, caravans. Here's what they gave me, 35 script."
Woohoo! Cool.
And that's it. That is a wrap. Now, you can either use this map, or you can come up with your own as kind of a base of where you're setting up. The rules for that are on the drive as well. So you can look at the drive and see
Okay.
those rules, because those are open source, so I was able to post those.
Alright, cool.
And so that's it. And that is part of why you'd want Tabletop Simulator, so you can build your settlement. It's going to be wrecked, but you basically can then
Alright,
renovate the
yep.
buildings and repair them. All right.
Okay. Cool.
Any other
been fun,
questions or
bud.
anything?
No, not really.
All right,
Not
man.
at the moment.
Well,
Once
that's
I
what we got.
pick up Tabletop Simulator, that might be a whole nother story. Getting familiar with it, I might need some assistance with that.
Oh, it's not hard, but yeah, you'll definitely get help. You can always ping someone on our Discord, and I'm sure lots of people will help, because we love it.
Alright.
All right, man. That was game
I
one.
think I'm calling it a night anyway, so...
Yep. That's game one. Ding. I do hope you all
Ding,
enjoyed
press it
watching
down.
that, Tomo. Man, I hope you enjoyed your first game.
Yeah, I had fun.
All right, man. Take care. We'll see you next time.
Yep.
And to all you fine people watching, thank you so much for joining us on this fun adventure. This has been Game 3. Next time, they'll be starting to face off against each other and have all sorts of fun. It will be a blast. Join us then. Until then, as always, enjoy the story. We'll see you next time.